Fast forward, in income or channel so our AGH politics avenue. Podcast or certain and because make headlines. And a jamre na EDB exomo oha. Any demand who braximu say any ED can share subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell so. Share na afo front so and sa into me and kebi. Any demand who braximu onia yanko a insem. Now after say a year Mohammed Baba Jamal it me a winnie a year Ayawaso election no. By election only quick one office of the presidency the communication be about abontin so we official communicate say papa no on fani dwumadi as Ghana High Commissioner to Federal Republic of Nigeria and to eho na onia letena a free presidency eba ya Felix Kwachi Ofusu MP or sign a spokesperson to the president at the buyer no. Ena ya projected at the atu screen so unia ya the amount say on so him na said be abo say the canon say be so si be nyado enye busrim ka let e pia bontin 7 February 2026 na say in munsem isibi etie or say the president recalls Ghana High Commissioner to Nigeria. President John Dramani okay, the president recalls High Commissioner to Nigeria. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the immediate recall of Mohammed Baba Jamal Ahmed from his position as Ghana High Commissioner to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The decision follows allegation of voter inducement in today's National Democratic Congress (NDC) primaries in the Ayawaso East constituency, in which Baba Jamal, a candidate, participated. In his directive to the Minister for Foreign Affairs recalling Mr. Baba as High Commissioner, the President noted that while the allegation of vote buying were made against multiple candidates who contested the primaries, Baba Jamal was the only serving public office among them. The President also noted the public statement by the General Secretary of the NDC indicating that the party commenced its own investigation into allegations arising from the primaries, without prejudice to ongoing internal party processes, and strictly in view of the standards of conduct expected of public office. The President considers it necessary to act decisively to perceive the integrity of public office and to avoid any perception of inappropriacy or conflict with the government code of conduct for political appointees. The recall takes effect immediately, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs has been directed to take the necessary administrative and diplomatic steps to give effect to this directive. Signed, Felix Kwachi Ofusu, MP, spokesperson to the President, Minister, Government Communications. So far, Yambo Inra Ayawaso East Abra it declared Pano as winner for the by-election. But I say Wajamre Ewasi.
The National Democratic Congress (NDC) has elected Baba Jamal Mohammed Ahmed as its parliamentary candidate for the Ayawaso East constituency ahead of the March 3 by-election following the party's internal primary held on February 7, 2026. Speaking to the media after declaration, he rallied for unity ahead of the main primaries.
Provisional results after the close of polls showed Baba Jamal, Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria, secured 431 votes from the total ballot cast. He was closely followed by Hajia Amina Adam, widow of the late Member of Parliament Nasser Toure, who polled 399 votes. Mohammed Ramni, the Ayawaso East NDC constituency chairman, placed third with 88 votes. Dr. Yakubu Azindo obtained 45 votes, while Najib Muhammad Sani recorded 1 vote.
Based on the results, Baba Jamal had the highest. He had 431 votes. I therefore declare Baba Jamal Ahmed as for the NDC. Ayawaso East constituency.
Baba Jamal spoke with journalists after he was declared winner.
So that together we'll raise the flag of NDC very high. I want to also say that my doors are open to everybody, including my colleagues who contested me, because they have brought the best out of me. And I think that will help me in securing the seat for NDC.
Well, the executive director of research outfit Global Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa, in the lead up to the elections and primaries, he keeps publishing opinion polls and projections about vote shares and trends. It's firm. Global Info Analytics has released multiple polls on elections and primaries that have aligned reasonably well with actual results. Examples are the just ended NPP primaries and the 2024 presidential election results as well. Before this polls in the Ayawaso East constituency, before the NDC parliamentary primaries in Ayawaso East, election projections released by Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics suggested a clear front runner. According to that projection, and you see that on your screens right now, Hajia Amina Adam was leading comfortably with 58%. And you can see the polls captured in the red color there, with Baba Jamal on 32%. The remaining candidates, Mohammed Rami, Yakubu Azindo, and Najib Mohammed Sani, they were projected to trail far behind with single-digit support. However, when the delegates today actually voted, the outcome was very different. What you're seeing on your screens right now is that Baba Jamal won the primaries with 431 votes. That represents close to 45% of the valid votes. Haji Amin Adam followed closely with 399 votes, or if you like, 41%. The rest of the field shared the remaining votes with none exceeding 10%. So the question on the minds of many is that what went wrong? First, the projection correctly identified two leading contenders, but it's misjudged their order and then the margin. The poll showed a wide gap, and the real vote showed that the contest was very sharp, or it was very tight. So in short, the projection captured the main contenders, but overestimated one candidate's lead, and then underestimated the competitiveness of the race. The results underline a familiar lesson in Ghanaian primaries, if you like, that polls can point to a direction, but they can also, they don't always predict the destination. That is also coming on the back of recent concerns and what has come out of the by-elections today. We saw videos of what people are calling vote buying. The NDC itself had cause to come out, to come and condemn bribery cases that they think they saw there. But first, listen to Baba Jamal. Before the declaration of the results of the NDC Ayawaso East primaries, Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria and one of the 5 aspirants, Baba Jamal, he disclosed that the exercise would test the credibility of pollster Musa Dankwa. A Global Info Analytics poll predicted a win for the wife of the late MP Haji Amin Adam ahead of the primaries. Listen to this.
So there's this poll by Musa Dankwa that predicts that they...
Please forget about that poll. What I want you to see that I will see the credibility of Musa Dankwa will be determined by these elections.
Well, Musa Dankwa is the Executive Director of Global Info Analytics. He's joining us right now on the program. Musa, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Before the entire process could have come to an end, you indicated that you would issue your statement if it does not go according to how you planned it or according to what the polls were suggesting. Have you issued your statement? What is inside it?
Thank you very much for having me. I haven't issued a statement, but I think it is very, very clear out there that this was an election that was procured through bribery. It was very, very clear. If you look at the data we put out, in the model where Baba Jamal gets 38%, it got 45%, about 7% more than the poll said he was going to get. So basically, all the things we saw in the morning, in the day, broad daylight, was done to secure extra 7%. I've seen people call on the party to ask, and I've seen the party issue a statement. So if indeed it was true and fair election, I think the poll would have been accurate. But certainly the poll gave Baba Jamal what he needed to know what to do. And he did what he had to do to win. And he did that. So congratulations to him.
I see. So this is sort of saying that science drew them up for the elections, but the money that exchanged hands, it determined the destination. My next question to you would be that how do we account for these things in future elections? Mind you, if no specific action is taken right now, the tendency for it to be repeated in future elections is way above the roof.
You know, this normally happens in a population that is very small.
Okay.
When you are in a population that is very small, I mean, the likelihood of getting things wrong is very, very high. And especially when money will be used in the end to do that. But what we are doing going forward at a lesson learned is to include in our questionnaire a question about income levels of delegates. So we can profile delegates or maybe constituencies that have lower income delegates compared to the others. And then we can see which constituencies may be exposed to bribery or bribe taking and influence the election based on the income level of the delegate. I think it's one lesson that we will learn, or we have learned already, and I have discussed that with the team that we would include questions on income levels of delegates so we can have an idea as to what could happen if they are influenced with money.
I see. You're speaking about what we need to do going forward as well. But in the Ayawaso East constituency, based on the things that have happened, beyond the income level addition to the questions, what can we improve on in terms of polling for demographics like this?
You know, you see, the delegates have a small group of people. They are not general voters, right? So when it comes to general voters, you be very accurate with them because they are quite big numbers, draw them randomly. But delegates are a small group of people who have interest. You can gather all of them in one place at one time and give them money. So the likelihood of the poll being wrong on the delegate side is quite high. It's not new. But if you're dealing with a larger population, how likely can you go and gather all the people in Nima and bribe them? It won't happen. So this is one of the limitations of sampling when it comes to sampling a small population of the people.
Right, I hear you. Thank you so much, Musa Dankwa. Musa Dankwa is the Executive Director of Global Info Analytics speaking with us there, and this is in relation to the election result from the Ayawaso East NDC parliamentary primaries that Baba Jamal has won, beating Hajia Amina Adam, who was favored according to the polls by Global Info Analytics. Let's still stay on this subject and do some other stories.
Right, because at the just ended NDC Ayawaso internal primaries, Baba Jamal defied pre-election poll predictions to win the parliamentary primary. He spoke with Joseph Armstrong after the official declaration of results and urged pollsters to improve their accuracy and methodology going forward.
This constituency is an NDC stronghold.
Yes.
So what I would say is that they should just come and make the game interesting. But not to dream.
But the MPP, they didn't hold the primaries. They've appointed somebody to represent them. Yes. I'm sure you've heard.
Yes.
You've seen the candidates.
Yes. He's my friend.
He's your friend.
So
is he somebody you can easily beat, or you see him as a lion?
Oh, as I said, this is an NDC stronghold. So don't expect any serious fight from them, even though they will try. But I can assure you that, inshallah, we will come out.
You don't see it as any fight at all?
Please, any election is an election. Every election is an election. Even if you are contesting in the weakest candidate, it's an election.
But most of the polls didn't go in your favor. How did you do this?
Because those who did the polls, I don't know how they did those polls. Because when I hear the polls, I wonder how they did their polls. So, but that's what they were saying. But Allah...
Do you have a message for them, the pollsters?
Oh, just to say that maybe next time they have to do a better work. That's all.
Your final words.
Thanks to everybody, thanks to Almighty, and thanks to Allah for giving me this victory.
Thank you so much, Baba Jamal, and congratulations to you once again.
Well, some supporters of the NDC in the Ayawaso East constituency, they have expressed disappointment in the outcome of the just ended NDC primaries, vowing not to support their candidate. Others are also calling for unity ahead of the by-election in March. Joseph Armstrong Godalogwe has more in this report.
The elections over here are the Ayawaso East, with Baba Jamal declared winner of the internal election here. Unfortunately, the supporters you see here belong to the woman, Hajia Adam. She didn't win. She came second. Whilst many of her supporters says they are going to support Baba Jamal, others says they will not support him. But what will make them vote for their newly elected candidates? Honorable Baba Jamal. We'll be speaking to many of them. Let's take a listen.
Well, I would say alhamdulillah, it's normal. It's, you know, this is an internal election. This is not any NDC, MPP. We are all under one umbrella. So far as the delegate decide who they give their votes for, what can you do? I mean, rational delegates know what they are doing. And if you look from afar, Baba Jamal, Honorable Baba Jamal, his vote didn't change. That's the same figure that he has been getting. But the chairman of the constituency, which is Alabi, we call him Chairman Killer, he was the one who pulled out our vote to pave way for Baba Jamal.
Yes, we are calling for unity. Yes, NDC, anything is NDC. Who comes, it's NDC first.
We are ready to campaign for Baba Jamal?
Yes, everyone who comes. Even if it was to be any other person who won, definitely we will go in for the person. So it is unity that we want in the party.
Serious.
You are disappointed?
My mood, very totally disappointed. I'm totally disappointed because at least they have to give her a chance to come so that she can complete her 3 years. I support the woman, and the woman didn't win, so I won't vote.
But you are an NDC.
Of course.
And Baba Jamal is an NDC.
Yes, and I'm not Baba Jamal, so I don't think I'll vote. I'll vote. I don't think I'll vote for by-election. I don't think.
Well, vote buying took center stage at the just ended NDC parliamentary primary in the Ayawaso East constituency. From television sets, cash, motorbikes, and rice, delegates got the best treats in exchange of their votes. In this is the phenomenon gradually becoming the norm in Ghana's politics. George Craning reports.
It appears vote buying has come to stay, regardless of any election to be conducted in Ghana. The motive, very simple. You take the freebies, you give your votes to the aspirant. This delegate was confident to share with the news team what he got as a delegate, but was smart not to reveal who he's supporting.
TV. Any 3,000.
And so why the one we are? It's 1 or 2 1.
Me
Over 2 1 or 2.
But my vote is my secret. Did I do them hoa?
I don't know to
my vote is my secret.
In most cases, delegates take from several camps, so a declared support gives one away. But one of the aspirants, whose camp has been alleged to be giving out TV sets and 3,000 CDs, Baba Jamal, shot the claims down.
The allegation that some monies are also being shared from your camp. I don't know if you've heard this and what monies and television shares.
Have you seen anybody share it?
These allegations, so maybe you want to talk to these allegations.
So if you have not seen it, then don't talk about it.
So we should the president.
This translates into general elections, which has exposed the heavy monetization in Ghana's elections. It waits to be seen whether or not aspirants will be duly voted for, but without vote buying. Time will be the only answer. George Craning, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, the National Democratic Congress has condemned what it describes as widespread bribery during the party's parliamentary primaries in the Ayawaso East constituency. A press statement signed by the General Secretary of the party, Fifi Kwete, noted that National Executive Committee has been drawn to alleged incidents, the attention has been drawn to alleged incidents of inducement and vote buying by some aspirants during the primaries. The party describes the alleged acts as an affront to its core values and principles, as well as the reset agenda it is currently championing. The party has launched investigations into the matter and assured that swift disciplinary action will be taken against any candidate found culpable.
Well, let's have a conversation on this and speak to Dr. Jonathan Asante Otre. He is with the University of Cape Coast, Political Science University of Cape Coast. Doc, thank you for talking to us tonight. Let me just ask you.
We ain't some of the team course watch channel so. Mammy and I was so jammed over the Senate, so body, you do me, Romania. The Bassamba room, not Yaksuma Conscience, AG8 politics, Albany.